What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video, I'll be adding yet another part into the What If Naruto was in the Anbu series. Now, this is obviously due to you guys hitting the like goal to continue the series, and seeing as this is the most popular series at the time, I'd be pretty dumb not to want to continue the series. Now, the like goal for this video, if you guys just want the series to continue, will be 6,000 likes, and if you guys want another part tomorrow, then 7.5 thousand likes within 20 hours of this dropping. Anyways, as usual, I'll be recapping the last part of the What If, then jumping into the new material. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the last part of this What If, we basically saw Naruto along with Sai attempt to fight Itachi, or we basically mainly focus on Naruto fighting Itachi for the initial part of the last What If. Through that fight, we see that Naruto was put under Tsukiyomi, and basically he was just getting bodied by Itachi until Sasuke pulled up. Naruto did end up neutralizing Sasuke, making sure that, unlike in the original, he actually does not get put in Tsukiyomi, actually saving him. And the last part that we left off on after a little bit of time passed, right, was basically Naruto basically attacking and, as he thinks, killing Orochimaru and heading back to the village with Tsunade. Now, like I said, we left off with Naruto finally completing 2 out of the 3 objectives that Danzo had sent him to complete as he heads back to the village with Tsunade. After he brings Tsunade back to the village, Sai greets Naruto and tells him that Danzo requested to see him. Sai then nods at Naruto and takes Tsunade off to the hospital. Naruto is about to ask how Sasuke is doing as Sai is jumping off, but he decides against it and heads back to the foundation to meet with Danzo. As Naruto enters the building, he sees Danzo at the end of the room, standing and looking at him. Naruto then rushes in the front of the room and kneels before him as he's about to debrief Danzo on the mission. But before he can speak, Danzo starts. "I heard that you couldn't confirm Itachi Uchiha's death. Is this true?" Naruto nods. "Yes, sir. We exchange a mutual stab to the chest, although his partner seemed to think that he could be saved." Danzo lifts his seal up on his eye and he looks at Naruto, then kicks him in the stomach. "You fool. You didn't land a killing blow on Itachi. You merely injured him." Naruto then looks at Danzo confused. But Lord Danzo, I stabbed him." Danzo then cuts Naruto off. "I warned you, Naruto. Itachi's a Genjutsu specialist. The moment your eyes met was the moment that you lost the fight. I can see with my Mangekyo Sharingan that your chakra is disrupted, so I know you're still being affected by his Genjutsu." Naruto's eyes widen as he realizes what Danzo is saying. Are you saying that right before I landed the blow he used Genjutsu?" Danzo nods. "You still most likely inflicted damage upon him, but nothing even close to killing him. If you think that you could have killed Itachi after looking in his eyes, you're more of a fool than I took you for." Naruto stares at the ground as he realizes the gap between he and Itachi was much wider than he'd ever perceived to be. "Lord Danzo, Before Naruto can even finish his sentence, Danzo lashes out and knees Naruto in the face, knocking him back into the kneeling position. Naruto then gets up and struggles to his feet. Danzo is in a fit of rage. "Do you see what has happened, Naruto? Because of your lack of skill, Itachi is now on the loose and my plans cannot be put into motion yet." Naruto's anger at this point sees into every part of his body, but knowing that Danzo is his leader, he calms down. Danzo, however, is still furious with Naruto and throws a punch to Naruto's face. Naruto, however, on pure instinct, catches this attack right before it lands. "You insolent brat." Danzo then pulls his hand back from Naruto as he looks at him. Danzo just looks at his arm and chuckles. Danzo then looks into Naruto's eyes with Shisui Mangekyo as he activates the Genjutsu. "Kneel before me." As soon as Danzo says this, out of his own will, Naruto's body starts moving as he kneels to Danzo. "Naruto, when is the last time I've disciplined you correctly?" When Danzo says this, Naruto's eyes widen in fear for the first time in years. Even though Naruto makes no sound, his body language says it all. He fears Danzo and he fears his quote-unquote form of discipline. Naruto struggles against his body, trying to break basically the Genjutsu of Kodo Matsukami to make him kneel, but due to the Genjutsu definitely being stronger than anything that he can resist, he can no longer move. Danzo then steps closer to Naruto, and he moves his hand closer as he lifts Naruto's headband and starts reaching for Naruto's Sharingan. Right before he can take it out, or right before this can go any further, Danzo is interrupted by an Anbu member, entering the room with news of the 5th Hokage, being Jiraiya, summoning Naruto and Naruto only into his office. Danzo then just scoffs as he pulls Naruto's headband back down and walks away from him. Go see what the 5th Hokage wants from you and report back. Naruto then turns, stumbling over himself, and runs over to see what the pervy sage that he knows as Jiraiya met earlier wants with him. When Naruto finally gets to the Hokage's office, he finds himself face to face with Jiraiya, who he knows is the 5th Hokage now. But, due to him knowing him well before he became the 5th Hokage, he's a little bit more casual. What do you want, pervy sage? When Naruto says this, Jiraiya seems annoyed. I am the Hokage of the Leaf Village, and you shall address me as such. Naruto then just nods and asks Jiraiya what he summoned him for. Jiraiya waves Naruto over to him so we can get a closer look at him. I summoned you because I need to speak to you, but first I need to examine your physical condition very briefly. Naruto complies and walks over to Jiraiya. Jiraiya then asks Naruto to remove his armor plates and the top part of his Anbu outfit, which reveals Naruto's chest and back, which are both covered in bandages. When Jiraiya sees this, he does his best not to gasp, but he is disgusted in the fact that Naruto got heavily injured while under Danzo's supervision. He also sees that Naruto has an old scar that spans from the back of his shoulder all the way down to the bottom of his back. What did he do to you? This is what Jiraiya thinks before he finally snaps out of his daze and actually talks. Where did you get this injury? As he points at Naruto's stomach. Naruto then ponders if he should give an answer or not, but he decides that since he is the Hokage, or since he's talking to one, he doesn't have much of a choice. I got these injuries in my latest Anbu mission. What did you do on this mission? Naruto then quickly explains that in this mission he had 3 objectives. Kill Itachi Uchiha, kill Orochimaru, and retrieve Princess Tsunade to heal other people within the village. Now, when Jiraiya hears this, he is genuinely angry, and Naruto could pick up on this anger which radiates off of Jiraiya. There is no one within the village that would be able to take on Itachi or Orochimaru single-handedly, so why did he expect you to do it? Jiraiya mumbles this initially, but Naruto hears this and responds. Well, I would say that maybe outside of you and maybe some other high elite jonin, I am definitely the strongest ninja within the village. Jiraiya then scoffs. That isn't the case, kid. But even if it was the case, were you able to complete your mission? Naruto shakes his head, saying that he was only able to retrieve Tsunade and dispatch of Orochimaru, but he failed to confirm Itachi's death. I doubt you were able to dispatch of Orochimaru. You may have killed him, or seemingly done so, but Jiraiya is a tough one to crack. He probably just regenerated after you left him alone, meaning that you only accomplished one part of your 3-part mission. I would consider that a failure, wouldn't you? Naruto then looks down. Yes, sir. Jiraiya then nods his head to all of this as he's taking in all this information. Danzo, what have you done to this kid while I've been away? Jiraiya then looks at Naruto and makes a decision that he knows will displease Naruto, as he knows that he needs to push him in order to finally save Naruto from the darkness. Naruto, I've decided, based on your last objectives in your last mission, that you are unfit to be a member of the Anbu. So, effective immediately, you will now not be under the guidance of Danzo. Instantly, as Jiraiya says this, Naruto objects to this, saying that he will succeed in his next mission if given the opportunity, but Jiraiya cuts him off. Why do you wish to serve under Danzo? Naruto freezes when asked this question. He made me what I am. And what is that, Naruto? A killer? A murderer? Or a weakling who can't complete his missions? Naruto takes one step back as Jiraiya keeps pressing. Danzo, he made me... Jiraiya keeps pressing, knowing that even though it hurts him, and it hurts himself to shatter Naruto's worldview, this is the only way to save him. He has to show him the error in his ways. Danzo made you weak. He made you someone who fails missions, and he made you his tool. So tell me, Naruto, why do you serve under Danzo? Because he made me strong. He made me ruthless, and he gave me a home. After telling this, Naruto is out of breath for some reason as he's thinking about this, and he seems conflicted. Without ruthlessness, you can't be strong, and without strength, you can't be a worthy shinobi. That is a lie that Danzo implanted into your head, Naruto. It isn't, Lord Fifth. I'm strong because of my ruthlessness. I'm strong because of Danzo. Jiraiya then just sighs and stands up from his chair. Follow me, Naruto. It's time to show you something. I'll show you someone who is much stronger than you, but has no malice, has no ruthlessness, and has definitely never worked underneath Danzo. Jiraiya and Naruto then disappear, using body flicker to get to a secluded area rather quickly. Young Naruto, you will be fighting me, the Hokage of the village. The toad sage that used to wander the world, but most importantly, the one who will make you see clearly. Jiraiya then charges at Naruto and throws a kick that Naruto is just barely able to block. You have good reflexes, Naruto, but let's see if you're strong enough. Jiraiya then slams his hands onto the ground as he twists his body and slams his other foot into Naruto's stomach, which sends him flying. While Naruto's in the air, Jiraiya then appears underneath him and kicks him up into the air, even higher than before. And before Naruto can even touch the ground, this is what happens. Come on, Naruto. Let's see how strong that ruthlessness makes you. Let's see how strong Danzo makes you. Now, as Naruto flies into the air, so many thoughts and feelings fly around his head too fast for him to really comprehend. Why do I fight? Why do I follow Danzo? As Naruto falls back down to the earth, and Jiraiya continues to goad him, his thoughts clear and he pushes forward. I fight to win. I fight for Danzo. Naruto then spins downwards and slams his legs into Jiraiya's arm, who is able to block. Naruto then jumps off of Jiraiya's arm and slips on his mask. You told me to be ruthless, so don't be mad once I kill you. Naruto then disappears and throws a kick to Jiraiya's skull, although this attack is ducked by Jiraiya, and Naruto gets hit in the face by Jiraiya's clogs. As Naruto goes flying, he sees Jiraiya appear above him with his fist closing in on his face. As he sees this attack happens, Naruto notices that Jiraiya is tearing up and crying. He doesn't understand it, and he questions, why would you be crying in this fight? You have the upper hand and I haven't landed a single blow. Naruto at this point in time doesn't really understand that Jiraiya is not crying for any external reason. He is sad that this is the only way to beat into Naruto that his worldview, what he's learned for his entire life, has been wrong and has been a lie. Naruto is then slammed into the ground by Jiraiya, and after a few seconds, gets up from this attack. Jiraiya wipes the tears from his face as he hardens his resolve and forms a Rasengan. I'm so sorry, Naruto, but if showing you is the only way to convince you, then I'll just have to show you how much stronger you can be when you fight for someone. Jiraiya then rushes at Naruto, who is still staggered from the last attack, and shoves a Rasengan into Naruto's stomach, which reopens his wound, sends blood flying out, and sends him flying into a nearby tree, knocking him unconscious. When Naruto wakes up, he finds himself in the Foundation, lying in his bed in the complete darkness of a windowless room. This isn't strange for Naruto. This is usually what happens after he trains, at least against Danzo and other Anbu members. If he ever gets damaged enough to be knocked unconscious, which is a rare occurrence at this point in time, he's usually relocated to his room where he's allowed to rest until the next training session. But this time, he's training against Jiraiya, and Jiraiya seems opposed to Danzo, so Naruto's confused as to why he'd wake up in his room. Anyways, he pushes this aside from his mind and gets up out of bed, opening the door to his room. When he opens it, he doesn't see anybody else around, so he continues to walk through the Foundation, looking for someone, anyone, but it's never been empty like this before, so he calls out, Danzo? No answer. Jiraiya? No answer. No one answers when he calls out to them, so he starts running around the building, searching for anyone. When Naruto finally does see someone, it's another figure, and he sees them run through the shadows over to them. And he can't see anything but a shadowy figure run away. Wait up! Naruto then starts sprinting after the person as fast as possible, with his only focus being directed towards chasing that person and catching up to them. Meaning that, as he finally runs to them and he finally charges, he finds himself in a room where all the Sharingan are kept, even though he doesn't really remember running in that direction. What is happening? Where is everybody? Naruto turns around to see that the person chasing him a second ago, and he turns around and he sees them wearing his Anbu mask. What the? Naruto is then instantly relocated as soon as he blinks into a blank space and he looks around. Okay, this is getting way too weird. This has to be a dream, or a genjutsu, or something that I'm imagining. There's no way this is real. Naruto then looks to his left, then to his right. He sees half of the void is covered in total and utter darkness that consumes everything on the right side of his body. And on the left side, he sees a light that shines blindingly bright and even hurts his eyes to look at. As Naruto looks at these sides, he starts to see people emerge from these contrasting images. When he sees these two figures, he realizes that, more or less, they are him, or at least certain aspects of Naruto. When taking a closer look, he realizes neither of these figures are him, but they take on certain aspects of Naruto, or certain aspects that he used to have. The light side of him is a bit smaller, more childish. He doesn't wear his mask, and he wears bright colors. He also radiates the happiness that Naruto finds himself mostly devoid of at this point in his life. This is the innocence of Naruto, the smaller version. This is Naruto before he was tainted. Now, when Naruto looks at this version of himself, he sees something completely different and foreign to him. He doesn't recognize that aspect of him. He doesn't remember it. But when Naruto looks into the darkness of himself, he sees himself as in his usual Anbu attire. He has the mask on him, with deadly glowing eyes behind the mask. This Naruto, while more an extreme version of himself, is something that he recognizes and acknowledges as someone or something like Naruto. No matter how he feels about this, he feels the pull of the darkness, drawing him away from the light and into the familiarity of the darkness. Naruto, however, reaches his hands toward the light, a small part of him desperately wanting to be the light version of himself. And as it reaches out, he sees two figures behind his light self, the innocence of himself. He sees Jiraiya and Sasuke, the two people that are tethering him to the light, or the two people that are really just holding him from going deeply into the darkness. But as he reaches out to them, and as he tries to reach them, the drive behind the darkness, Danzo and Kurama, appear behind him and yank Naruto back into the darkness, letting it envelop and consume him. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to end Part 7 to What If Naruto is the Anbu series. If you guys did enjoy the kind of short video, I think it's like about 3-4 minutes shorter than it usually be, but if you guys did enjoy this video and just continue to want to continue the series, make sure to hit the like button. The like goal for just continuing the series is 6,000 likes, and if you guys want another part tomorrow, the like goal will be 7.5 thousand likes within 24 hours, not 24, 20 hours from when this drops. Just to let you guys know, since I am recording this, that it'll probably be coming out. I do plan on streaming later after this, so just be aware, look out for that. I will be probably streaming. If I don't stream Dragon Ball Kakarot or Dragon Ball Z Kakarot tonight, I will probably just be streaming, chilling with you guys in stream, since I know a lot of you guys do want to actually, talk to me, interact with me for a little bit. And on the note of interaction, I will leave links to like my social media down below in case you guys want to DM me, talk to me, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, you may know that I've been answering a lot of like DMs on Instagram. If you guys do hit me up on there, I usually will respond, and DMs and Discord, all that kind of good stuff. I will be trying to respond to as many people as possible. So don't be hesitant to click that. Click the links down below. Now, if you're new to the channel and made it all the way through this sort of lengthy outro, congratulations. You should subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more Anbu content. And as always, guys, this is AnimeX. Hoping that you enjoyed the video. Signing off.